Hey guys, and welcome to my channel. My name is Ali, and in today's video I'm going to show you my personal flow of stretching and moving and opening up your body more of the intuitive way. So I always like to start my practice by stretching out the neck and working from my head down to my toes. It's something that just feels natural to me, so I like to start open with the neck rolls. So as we take a deep breath in and exhale, we're gonna start moving the neck around in slow circular motions to whatever side feels good for you. Really paying attention to any space that feels like it needs a little more attention, a little more love. And then making sure that we take it to the other side to bring in the balance. Once your neck feels nice and open, let's go ahead and bring up the shoulders and start rotating the shoulders. Here you can either rotate your shoulders backwards or forward. I like to go both ways. There is no right or wrong. Just start to bring in movements. Continuing in with the shoulder expansion, let's go ahead and bring our hands in front of our face together. And as you inhale, open up the shoulders, open up the chest, bring the shoulder blades backwards. And then as you bring the shoulders together, see if you can come into a spinal curvature. And again, on an inhale, open up. And on an exhale, close in and round. Bringing the chin towards the chest, and again, inhale, open up, and exhale, out. Moving here at your own pace, whatever feels good in your body. I also like to open the shoulders up and do rotations of the spine. Starting to bring movement to the upper spine. Then we're gonna go ahead and take our hands all the way up, taking our left wrist and pulling onto the right wrist as we take ourselves over to the left for a nice side bend, opening up the right side of the body. And then coming back to neutral and switching hands. So we're gonna go ahead and grab a hold of our left wrist here. And then take this stretch over to the right side, opening up on the left. Breathing here at your own pace. Very nice. Next, we're gonna go ahead and bring the hands down. And from here, I like to walk my hands forward a little bit and open up the lower back. So walk your hands out as much as you can and then lower your forehead to the ground. Staying here for a few inhales and exhales. And then slowly on an inhale, coming back up. And next, let's go ahead and move onto our knees. And then I want to go ahead and open up my arms. So let's go ahead and place our hands onto the floor with our fingertips pointing towards the knees. And then you can sit back all the way onto your feet. Or if you want to challenge yourself a little more, you can untuck the toes, spread the toes nice and wide, and then sit back even further, maybe even lifting up the knees. Here you have a little bit more stretch onto your forearms. But you can also just stay down if that feels comfortable. I then like to go ahead and place my palms down and do the same thing. The further back you go, the more of a stretch you get. Then we can go ahead and take our arms off the floor. If you're still sitting on your toes, you can continue doing so as that feels really nice. And just rotate the wrists a little bit. To one side and then to the other side. Beautiful. Next, we're going to go ahead and come into a tabletop. And we're going to stretch out our calves. So one leg at a time. Let's start with our right. Take the right leg back. Firmly place the foot onto the toes and then shift backwards to get a little bit of tension in the calf. Here you can move back and forth to see how you're stretching the muscle. And then we can switch legs, switching it over to the left one. So once again, moving backwards and forward, warming up the back of the leg, the back of the knees. Beautiful. Let's go ahead and come back into a tabletop now. We're going to go ahead and take an inhale and take our right hand up. And on an exhale, we're going to thread the right hand underneath the left and place the right temple onto the mat. Then taking a nice long inhale and coming back to center. From here, you can rotate the hand in circular motion before we switch sides. And then we're going to take it over to the left side. So taking an inhale, taking the left arm up and threading it underneath the right, placing the left temple down. Stay here for a few moments as you open up the shoulder blade on your left side, the shoulder, the arm. And then with your nice big inhale, come back up. And then just like we did on the other side, rotate the left arm around. Beautiful. Coming back to tabletop now, we're going to go ahead and untuck the toes and come up into a downward dog. This is one of my favorite postures because I get to really stretch out my calves here. So push through the arms to send your tummy as close towards the hips as you can. And while here, just wiggle out the feet and stretch out the back of the legs once more. Finding really nice posture here, finding a little bit of stillness. So what happens with this posture is that a lot of people tend to kind of lean forward a little bit. So instead, use your arms to really push through the shoulder and push yourself backwards, okay? Creating a nice triangle with the body. On your next inhale, we're going to go ahead and bring the feet together and take the right foot up. And then we're going to bring that foot in between the arms, lowering the back knee down, coming in for a lunge. I really love lunges because they help to open up the front of the thigh. Here, if you're able to, you can keep your hands on the floor if this feels good right here. But if you are able to engage through the core and lift up, and really sink through the hips making sure that the knee is in alignment with the ankle. And if you want to challenge yourself a little more, let's bring the hands up and go for a little nice back bend. And then we're going to go ahead and switch sides. So untucking the back foot, lifting it up. And then from here, you can just switch over and rotate over to your left. And same thing, we're going to come down, untuck the right foot, and come into a lunge on your left side. So staying here, if this feels good, if you want to challenge yourself, take the arms up. And invite a little back bend. And then slowly coming back down. We're gonna now go ahead and untuck the toes, lift the leg up, place the palms down and come back into our downward dog. Taking a moment here. From here, I invite you to shift the weight over to the front, coming into a plank. And then slowly go ahead and place yourself all the way down to the mat. We're gonna continue with opening up the front of our thighs here. So from here, we're just gonna go ahead and grab our right toes and bring the foot down. And just breathe. And then we're gonna do the same thing on the other side, so switch legs. And reach for your left toes and bring the foot as close to your butt as you can. Wonderful. From here, we're going to go ahead and slowly release and come back up into a seated position. So now that we have stretched the tops of our thighs, let's go ahead and move towards the back. So we're going to go ahead and bring our legs nice and wide, coming into a V shape. And from here, just walking your hands out as low as you go. If you can stay right here, this is perfect. If you're here and you're feeling the stretch in the groin, that's great. And if you're a little more flexible, then you can always shift all the way down to the floor. So here, I like to recommend to keep the toes flexed to protect the knee. And if you're feeling any sort of sharp pain, move out of it and bring the legs a little closer together. So we're gonna stay here for a couple inhales and exhales at your own pace. Beautiful. Gonna go ahead and slowly come back up to the top. If you want to shake the legs out a little bit, flex and point the toes. Great. Next, we're gonna go ahead and take our right hand up and then come over to the left side of the leg. Here, we're gonna not only stretch the leg, but also the right side of the body. So now we're gonna be incorporating the upper and the lower body stretch. If you're able to reach for the toes, and open up the shoulders. So open up the shoulder as much as you can towards the ceiling, looking upwards. And another variation of this stretch is to grab the foot and bring your face towards the knee. Play around with different stretches, see what feels good in your body. You can offer variations as you go. One more deep breath here. And then an exhale, we're gonna go ahead and come up. And then we're gonna switch sides. So we're gonna go ahead and inhale our left arm up and slowly fold over to the right side. Noticing which side is a little tighter than the other one. For me, the right side is the tighter side. I cannot grab my toes on this side and fully open up, so my hand has to stay up. So first variation is having our elbow up towards the ceiling, gazing up at the sky, feeling the opening in the left rib cage here. Couple more inhales. And then we're gonna go ahead and move towards the second variation of bringing your forehead towards the knee and feeling the stretch this way. And then slowly releasing out, shaking out the legs. Next, we're gonna go ahead and bring the feet together. All right. And from here, I want you to take your left ankle or your right ankle and place it over the left thigh. Okay. So if your knees are sensitive, I invite you to bring a pillow or a block underneath. And from here, we're gonna go ahead and flex the toes of the leg that's extended. And we're just gonna go ahead and slowly bring our chest towards the knee. Try to keep your back nice and straight. You don't wanna like round, you wanna open up the chest and lead with your chest. So see as far as you can go here. Slowly coming back out. From here, we're gonna go and move into a twist. So keeping the ankle on the left side, we're gonna place the foot all the way to the outside of your left thigh. You can here either wrap your hand around your right knee, or you can place your elbow in between the knee and the chest. I personally like to wrap around. And from here, we're gonna go and move into a twist to the right. So taking an inhale up, and you're gonna take this back hand and place it behind your back. So on an inhale, we're gonna rise up. And on an exhale, we're gonna twist to the right, bringing the head towards the back. One more deep inhale here. And then slowly coming back to center and release. Now we're gonna go ahead and switch sides and do this on the left side. So we're gonna now take our left ankle and place it over the right thigh. Keep the front foot engaged, flexing the toes. So for me, this side is a little more tense. As you can tell that my knee is much more elevated from the ground than the other foot. So from here again, I'm gonna take an inhale up. And on an exhale, leading with the chest, coming down as low as you can. I think it's always amazing to be the observer of the body and to notice which side is more stiff than the other. And the beautiful part of yoga is to watch yourself in progress, to be able to notice where you were before and where you are now. And although yoga takes time to open up the body with flexibility, the amount of flexibility that happens is very small, but you do see it, and most importantly, you do feel it in your body, and it's very, very rewarding. So one more deep breath here. And then slowly coming back up. And from here, we're gonna move into the twist on the left side. So we're gonna take our left ankle and place it on the outside of the right thigh. Go ahead and wrap the arm or place the elbow in between, whatever feels right. And taking a nice deep breath in and lift up. And on an exhale, we're gonna twist to the left. Beautiful. Slowly go ahead and release. Release both of the legs forward. Shake them out if you need to. And let's go ahead and move into a forward fold here on both legs. So taking an inhale, take your arms up. And on an exhale, bringing the chest towards the front of the legs. Either grabbing the feet, the ankles, or the knees, wherever you are today, it's absolutely perfect. Making sure that you are keeping the back straight. And then coming down. And then slowly releasing and coming back up. Shaking the legs out. Beautiful, everyone. Next, we're gonna go ahead and move into a figure 4 stretch. So coming into a seated position with your knees bent, we're gonna place our hands behind our back with fingers facing towards the body. You're gonna go ahead and take your right ankle and place it over the left knee. And then bring your left foot as close towards your thigh as you can. From here, we're gonna lift up and then push ourselves forward. Feeling the stretch on the outside of the right thigh. And from here, you can kind of move with it. You can move side to side or back and forth. So listening to your body, listening to how it wants to move. From here, let's go ahead and slowly release this leg out and switch sides. So now we're gonna go ahead and take our left ankle over the right knee. Lift up, and same stretch on the other side. Not forgetting to breathe and really feeling into those juicy spots that feel really, really good in our outer hips. Wonderful, everyone. Go ahead and slowly release. Shake out your wrists if you feel like there's a little pressure on them. Next, we're gonna come seated into a butterfly, bringing our feet together in the front. And here, I invite you to shift the legs a little bit further away from the body. So usually we're used to bringing the feet close, but in this form of butterfly, I want you to bring the feet a little further away and just lean into the stretch and see how this feels for you. This might be very, very comfortable for somebody who's a beginner and who's just learning to get into their hips. And from here, we can just move and flow side to side. Wonderful. And then if you want to challenge yourself, you can bring the feet a little closer together and do the same stretch with your feet closer together. So middle split is definitely not something that I'm super flexible with. As you can see, my knees are really high off the floor. For some people, this is something that comes super easy and they can plop their knees all the way down. So once again, just learning to honor your body and love it exactly where it is in this space where it is right now. So taking a moment here to bring the weight forward. You can interlace your fingers around the tops of the toes for support. Beautiful. So these are a couple of the stretches that are really good to do throughout the day when you feel like you're stiff in the body. I'm really feeling the call to just move with my own pace from here on out. So you guys are welcome to watch my natural flow and also incorporate anything else that your body might feel like. So until we see each other again, you guys, it's been a blessing sharing this practice. Namaste.